In the corner of a cluttered storeroom, four teenagers find a device that defies explanation. It is a geometric relic, pulsing with a light that suggests it's been waiting for a specific frequency to wake up. When one of them reaches out to touch the surface, the relic activates, firing a high-intensity signal through the atmosphere and into deep space. That signal is intercepted by the Kala Chakra, a massive time machine mothership piloted by a crew of teenage Time Lords who monitor the stability of the Eris. The diagnostics are grim. This wireframe model of Earth shows a physical breakdown of the celestial order. The day and night cycles are losing their sequence, and the moon is physically eroding as the timeline destabilizes. The Time Lords identify the source of the glitch. Human civilization has stopped observing the traditional lunar timekeeping system, creating a vacuum in the planet's temporal record. Without these shared cultural markers to act as an anchor, the planet's rotation loses its alignment with the established timeline. To stop the drift, the Kala Chakra transmits a corrective data patch disguised as a sonogram. The transmission arrives in the storeroom, projecting a vivid holographic music video. The teenagers stare into a high-definition guide to the mechanics of time. The Time Lords identify themselves as the guardians of the temporal flow, responsible for ensuring that the transition between days remains seamless and constant. They begin with the Vara, the 7-day week, explaining that time isn't just a measurement, but a series of distinct energetic shifts. The dial begins with Bhanuvara, Sunday, a day for restorative play. It moves into Somavara, or Monday, for academic focus, and Mangalavara on Tuesday, which provides the drive for physical effort. The sequence continues through the intellect of Buddhavara on Wednesday, the knowledge gathering of Guruvara on Thursday, the social welcome of Shukravara on Friday, and the independence of Shanivara on Saturday. Synchronizing human activity with these specific daily intents provides the internal structure needed to prevent the temporal chaos the Kala Chakra detected. The perspective then shifts to the Masa, grouping the 12 lunar months into seasonal blocks that govern the Earth's larger cycles. The cycle opens with Chaitra and Vaishakha, months that signal the reemergence of growth and the start of the spring season. As the year progresses into Jyeshta and Ashada, the focus shifts to the arrival of the monsoons and the change in the landscape. The mid-year months of Shravana and Bhadrapada are defined by a high density of festivals, leading into the months of Ashwayuja and Karthika, when the lighting of lamps marks the shortening of days. This temperature wave shows the year cooling through the winter chills of Margashira and Pusha, eventually rising again to meet the blossoming floral season of Magha and Falguna. By tying the lunar months to these ecological realities, the system ensures that human life remains grounded in the physical changes of the planet. The final phase of the broadcast accelerates into the Tithis, the rapid increments that define the moon's appearance from night to night. The Shukla Paksha, or waxing phase, is the period of expansion. It builds light until the moon reaches the total illumination of Purnime. The reverse occurs during the Krishna Paksha. The light recedes night by night until the moon is obscured entirely during Amavasya. This constant flux is governed by 14 precise steps, from Padya through Chaturdashi, which serve as the ticking clock for the entire lunar system. Tracking these increments allows the planetary calendar to realign with the moon's orbital mechanics, pulling the Earth's timeline back into its correct position. As the video ends, the hologram collapses into a single point of light and vanishes, leaving the teenagers in the quiet of the storeroom. The device acts as a temporal relay, but it requires a conscious observer to function. By memorizing the sequences, the teenager's awareness acts as a biological bridge that locks the transmitted data into the local reality. The effect is immediate. Outside, the fragmented moon stabilizes into a solid sphere, and the day-night cycle returns to its predictable rhythm. The Time Lord's message concludes with a final insight. Time is a shared infrastructure. It remains stable only as long as each generation maintains the record of these cycles. Re-establishing this knowledge ensures the physical environment remains in sync with the calendar, showing that the stability of the world is tied to the continuity of human memory.